Hey guys, this is Kamiken, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I actually wanted to take you back to the early 2000s, the time I grew up in. The best time. Back before there were smartphones taking over everything, back before there was brain rot ruling the internet, back before the entire internet was enshittified by corporations and ads and marketing. This was a time when things were created and people created out of a genuine desire to put their work out into the world and give somebody an emotional experience with their art. And one of my first and most impressionable experiences with somebody else's creation that was created purely for either practice or enjoyment. I can't really put a finger on it, but I wanted to introduce you to this creator called Arayh. And as far as I know, this name hasn't changed since I first encountered their work decades ago. At this point, when I was a kid, I had no access at all to video games, consoles. I didn't have anything like that. The only thing we had was a 1999 or maybe 2001 Windows XP computer, and that was all we could really play on. Like, that was the only thing that we had to experience the internet or experience gaming of any kind. And so the first game that I ever really got into was called Etherena Beta, created by this creator Arayh. Now back then, let me let this intro play out. Okay, so what I was going to say, was back then... back then there wasn't anything called Ruffle. It was called Adobe Shockwave, and that was the loading screen that you got to load up any type of Flash game or games like this. That would be Adobe Shockwave. And these are the types of games you would play in class or play at home just on your computer if you didn't have anything better to do, or if you're doing homework or between assignments. You would just sort of boot up the game and play by yourself or play with your siblings. And this is what we used to do pretty much all day, every day. It was like we'd hop on this game, and then I always played with a character called Moraku. And usually my siblings would play with Shiri, the other character, or we'd both play Moraku or both play Shiri, just to try to mix it up. But my favorite was always Moraku. And the thing about this game in general, I would say especially for the intro, is that there's just such a sense of mystery to it. It's like you can't really place a finger on who these characters are, where they're from, or what they're doing in this world. It's just a mystery, and it's not clearly defined. And I feel like that is part of the mystique and enjoyment of it. I don't know what other way to explain it. It's like, and I'll just play a little bit of the game while. Cool. Yeah, and it has such a mystique to it that you just don't know who these characters are, where they're from, or why they're in this world. And that was one of the best things that really made me interested in this game. Like, not just the mystery behind it, but the fact that there was so little definition to the world and the characters that you just kind of had to figure it out or piece it together by yourself. It wasn't just given to you, it wasn't just handed to you, and there wasn't any like playbook or like there wasn't any, I guess, story behind it. And I like the fact that there wasn't any story behind it. It is just this world that you have to like figure out, like, okay, well, there's these two characters, they have superhuman abilities, and you just kind of, well, you're playing a fighting game, but it just felt like more than that. It felt really fun. Because not only the game mechanics work really well, but it's just really fun to play. Like, especially like I like throwing those like energy balls, doing Muraku's moveset. It just feels really smooth to me. Like, I just like playing this character and using his moves. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that we would play back in the day, and this formed a huge part of my sense of aesthetic. Because if you notice the world, it's not really, see, I just died. It's not really, what's the word? Let me choose a different map. One of my favorites from back in the day. City. And it would play this music by Guilty Gear. I had to look that up when I was playing. But yeah, this is what we would do all the time. We'd play across the map and all that. And this was back, like, this is the type of stuff that was just made not for profit, you know. It was just created for either practice or the love of the game. Like, I don't really know, but I felt like me and my siblings really benefited from having pieces of work out there like this. And the thing I was saying is that, like, because there's so little details to the world, it has that liminal feeling to it where you don't know exactly who these people are or what this story is about, but you like trying to figure that part out. Like, you like playing in that world and doing stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to introduce you to this creator because they also created one of my other favorite games called Battle in Megaville. It was this Powerpuff Girls type game, based on these like comics that was made by this guy named Bleed Man. I personally have seen the comics, but I've heard a lot of not good things about the creator. But the designs look different from how I grew up watching Powerpuff Girls, so that always intrigued me. I was like, why do they look like anime characters? When I was a kid, I was like, why do they look like anime? I only know them as cartoons with a certain style. Like, they don't have fingers, they don't have legs this long. It doesn't make any sense. So then Battle in Megaville was my first like introduction to this style of like changing their art style. I was like, what is this? That doesn't make any sense. And then me and my siblings would just pick our characters and play the demo, I guess. But yeah, these games were, I'll just let it play out. Yeah, these games were just really fun. And it was like a great substitute for not having actual video games as a kid. And me and my siblings would just play these things all the time. I wanted to try out a different type of video today. I wanted to start introducing y'all to stuff that I used to play and watch as a kid, to give you a sense of where my sense of aesthetics came from. And this was one of the most impactful things that I used to play as a kid. And Arayh, wherever he is, I'm very appreciative of what he created. His work has a lot of that early 2000s angst and anime style that you just don't see these days. It's like it's pure. It's pure in that it's just trying to convey a feeling, like a wistful feeling. Like, it's not trying to get attention. It's not trying to get likes. It's not trying for anything. It's just, hey, this is how I feel. I drew something based on that. I drew something that is my best attempt at trying to draw manga or anime style and communicate some of my feeling. It has that early 2000s angst that's pure and devoid of commercial intent. That's what I would say. It's devoid of that commercial intent. And I really appreciated that, even though I couldn't verbalize it or even understand it at the time. It's like, back in those days, the internet was a much different place. Things were created for fun or for just creative expression, versus nowadays most things are made with an ulterior motive in mind or something behind it. Like my videos, they're made so that I can eventually make money off of YouTube. But if you go back to my earliest videos, they were made for fun. Like they were just made, I was like showing you my art stuff or trying to win contests, or I was just engaging in the internet, not as a business, but because it was just fun. It was just a fun thing to do, and it wasn't the be all and end all of existence. So these works remind me of those times where things were just created out of that pure intent to create something and to express oneself. And yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we need more of these days. I feel like that's where soul comes from. It's creating things with pure intent to express yourself. Did she just go Super Saiyan? Jesus Christ. Anyways, that's what I mean. Just having things, creating things for the pure love of the game. And I hope I can get back to that one day. I'm always creating with that intent in mind, but making things these days, there's always some commercial intent if you want to make it into a living, if you want to make it as a creator. Because if you look at Arayh's account, he's not a full-time creator. He's a full-time web developer. And maybe he still is. I don't know. We don't know where he went. He's just like kind of in the wind right now. But I like going back to my artists or my favorite artists and creators of the past, because It reminds me of a time when things were created purely for creative expression. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see y'all in the next one. This was more of an experimental video, trying something new, trying to express something new, and I hope to do more in the future if you guys like that, like this kind of thing. And even if you don't, I'll still try to find a way to make more of this. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.